Okay, today is more handle stuff. Got to shape the handles today on the three that need it. Got to finish up the air assault, which I'm pretty close on that. And then yeah, we'll see where we are. I'll show you. I gotta get everything set up because I gotta get everything set up. So I'll show you what that looks like. I'll do a little bit of video of the boring handle shaping so you can kind of get an idea of what that is. It's a mixture of machine work and hand work, and then I'll show you the handles when they're done or close to done. Here's the air assault, pretty much done. The epoxy wrapped, or the cord wrapped epoxy handle. Rambo grind, large double guard, hollow handle. I do most of my handle work on the Grizzly. I don't really do any on the KMG grinder. I do it all on the Grizzly and by hand. And so this Grizzly dust collector here that I have, all my Grizzly stuff's really good except for that thing. Hate it. Freaking shop vac sucks more dust than that thing does. All right, so I just got done telling you that I don't ever use my KMG for handles. That's not true. The more you get to know me, the more you'll know that about 3/4 of what I say is right on the money and the quarter isn't. And it's not because I lie, it's because I forget. So unless I give you exact numbers and say, I'm positive of this, you might want to look into it. So I use this KMG for just profiling the handles. All right, I'm having to dip this blue canvas a lot because I showed you how it burned earlier. So I got a fresh 36 grit belt, but it's not, this stuff sucks, so I need to dip it a lot. Also, I had my work rest set on the high spot instead of the low spot, so I fixed that. So now I gotta get back at it. I'm trying not to rush through this. I'm having to fight it because I'm behind from filming and other things that have happened, but that's just part of knife making, and I have to tell myself to slow down. Otherwise, I'll screw something up and it'll cost me more time in the long run. Yeah, those are burn marks. That little bit that I did there generates almost no heat. But that micarta is the worst micarta known to man. I cannot stress it enough. This blue canvas, pretty sure I'm gonna have to end up finishing it out with a rasp and sandpaper, all by hand. Yeehaw. So when you got something like this, rasps, it's about the only way to go that I know of. And it sucks. All right, this is the sear. Right now I'm just hand filing the, what'd you call it, the bendy parts underneath the handle here where it comes up or your fingers will sit. I'm rounding those out with the rasp because it's easier to get in there with this than it is with the belt grinder. Alright, remember I said don't hate the construction and that it's gonna look worse before it looks better. I think I said that. Hopefully I didn't cut that out of the video, but this ain't what I meant. This is horrible. This is, I'm assuming I use different plexiglass, clear acrylic, whatever you want to call it, on all my others. This is cast. I guess I used extruded because this is totally different. This stuff melts like that blue micarta does. So Yeah, I'm gonna have to finish this all by hand and hope that I can do it. I've sanded on this other side a little bit, and right here is a spot that I don't know if I can get it out or not. All I know is you guys are bad luck. Never had these problems until I started talking to you all. I'm kidding. So here goes hours of hand sanding. I was hoping I'd be done with these handles today. That is not gonna happen. About 2 hours later, and I'm not really any farther along than when we last met. So the plan is to do a little bit more work on it tonight. Go in, get a good night's rest, come back out here tomorrow and take a ball peen hammer to it. But instead of that, I think I'm gonna take the plating off the KMG. I think I'm gonna put a slack belt on there, turn down real low, and try and finish it that way. See if I can keep from burning it, melting it. We'll see. This has been probably the most challenging batch I've ever worked on in 18 years. It's due to my own stupidity. I mean, really, not really stupidity, I guess, because I couldn't have predicted the blue canvas. I mean, it's canvas micarta. I've used canvas micarta forever. Hundreds and hundreds of knives I've made with canvas micarta, just never blue. This is newer, at least to me, it's a newer type of micarta, newer color of canvas micarta, and so I thought I'd try it. And it just happens, it's part of it. But then this plexiglass, I feel like I say, I ordered a different kind. I didn't really pay attention, so that's on me. I didn't pay attention to what I'd used before. I ordered it from a different company. Just wasn't thinking. I knew there were two different types of plexiglass, but I didn't really think there'd be much difference in how they worked. Sanded out, finished, that sort of thing. There it is. All I know is I'm gonna stay away from cast plexiglass from here to eternity. This is kind of where I'm at with it right now. I mean, it should be fine once the handle's on and done. I mean, it shouldn't be a problem, but just finishing it out is just a total pain in the... The best part though is that bird out there. Did you hear it? Springtime. Okay, I'm gonna give this thing a test buff. I'm not optimistic that it's gonna polish out the way I want. I'm not optimistic that it's not gonna burn, even though I'm gonna stay off of it as much as possible. But I have a backup plan. There's some deep marks right there. Well, not that deep, but that came from just now buffing it. I've sanded the living piss out of this thing for the past, I don't know, 5 hours. And it just wants to, it's the weirdest thing ever. It scratches easy, but it doesn't, you can't sand the marks out easy. See that? I just barely touched it to the buffer. Backup plan. Here's the solution. Several coats of this. Hand sand it in between. Probably start with 1,000 grit on the hand sand, and then try and even out that finish. Spray it again. You should do this a lot with super glue, and it's hard as hell. Like it's, you know, I mean, the finish on it, I mean, it's hard. Not that it's hard technique, but I ended up developing an allergy to it because I used it so much and I was around it so much. So now I can't really use a whole lot of super glue like that, like I used to. But this should be pretty good stuff. We'll see. Worst case scenario, customer might have to, if they use it a lot, they might have to send it back to me in a couple, 3-4 years, whatever, if it starts wearing through from hand use. But that's gonna take a lot of use. Let's get out in the sun. See if you can see it. It's got a texture on it. That's from the spray. So what I resorted to on this blue micarta is just putting it on the KMG and turning it down real low and just going slow. But check this out. So it not only does it burn, but it has dry spots in it too. This is amateur stuff if you ask me. Those are dry spots. See this streak here? I know I'm whining. I know I sound like a whiner. That's because I'm a whiner. This stuff just blows. Okay, this is where we're at after 400 grit. Those dry spots are just gonna have to be there. I don't know any other way to get those out. I don't know how to get those out. It's just gonna be the way it finishes out. Sometimes it's that way. Some of them might come out in hand sanding, but I'm not too hopeful. Some of the dry spots came out, some of them didn't. At this point, it is what it is.